If you've been thinking about moving to Tucson, Arizona, whether it's relocating for work, looking to retire here, be closer to family, or maybe just to enjoy our beautiful desert scenery and warmer weather, stick around because today we're going to guide you through relocating to Tucson, Arizona. Welcome back, or if you're new to this channel and you want to learn everything from A to Z about living in Tucson AZ, then click subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Tucson, Arizona. Hi, I'm Jennifer Smith, and my husband Dustin and I have helped hundreds of people just like you move to and from Tucson, Arizona. So whether you're moving in 12 days, 12 weeks, 12 months, we got you covered. Give us a call, shoot us a text or an email, and let us help you make that smooth move to Tucson, Arizona. With Tucson being the second largest city in Arizona, behind Phoenix, of course, and a population of just under 550,000 people, it really attracts a lot of people that are looking for that mix of the big city feel and those small town vibes. So here you are, you have decided to relocate to Tucson, Arizona for one reason or another. Let's talk about what that looks like. So first things first, research. We always recommend that our clients start off and do their research at least a couple months in advance before moving to Tucson, Arizona, but we have some clients that start doing their research a year or more in advance. So it really depends on what your timeline is. So sitting down, figuring out your timeline, and kind of going from there, because all of the research will help you if you're going to plan a trip and come here and check out the area ahead of time. You'll at least have narrowed down what areas may suit you best based on the amenities or what you're moving to Tucson for. So we've created our channel in order to help you with that research. We really dive in if you're looking to retire here or have a second home here. We try to dive into those 55 and up active adult communities in and around Tucson. So they're going to be some of our more major ones like Saddlebrook and Green Valley we have people ask us about, but we also have 55 and up communities in Vail and Marana as well. So if that's something that you're looking at, we have a playlist for that. You can dive in and see what amenities they have to offer. We have clients that school district is very important, so we always recommend checking out greatschools.org and niche.com. Those have a lot of great information on them. And actually, even if you're talking as far as like different suburbs, specifically neighborhoods as well, there's some great information on niche.com where people will get on there and leave reviews basically of their experience living in that area. Another thing to research is amenities. So if there's certain stores that you want to be close to for groceries or just shopping in general, or entertainment, really getting in there and figuring out what's going to be closest to you, commute times for work. So we really try to cover a lot of that in our videos on our channel. So check that out. If we don't answer your questions in any of the videos that we have, we're also happy to set up a Zoom call. So we have a link for that in the description if you'd like to set up a call with us. Also, feel free to text or email. Some people are still a ways out, so we get emails and texts from clients that are like, hey, I'm not moving until next year. And that's great. We'd love to hear from you. Any questions we can answer or links we can provide you that help with your research, we're more than happy to do so. That's what we're here for. So research first and foremost. So you finished your research. Now what? Well, we always recommend to plan a trip to Tucson, especially if you're not familiar with the area or you haven't been here for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Tucson changes, and it changes fast, especially over the last 5 to 10 years. I would say a lot of the suburbs around Tucson have changed considerably. So anytime we talk to clients and they're like, oh, I went to high school there, I'm thinking about moving back, or I have family that lives there and I visit every once in a while, I can tell you it's probably going to be a lot different than the last time you were here. And if you've never been here at all, we always recommend make sure that you plan a trip that gives you at least a few days here. Hopefully with our channel and your research, you have narrowed down the areas that you would like to live. So, typically we have clients reach out and say, hey, I've kind of narrowed it down to these 2 or 3 areas. So that's really what I want to focus on when I come to Tucson. So make sure you do that. Make sure you're checking out different areas. at different times of day, see what the nightlife is like around the area, see what the traffic is like in the morning, rush hour and evening rush hour, check your commute times, check the amenities in the area, make sure that, that really is what you want, and the vibe. We have clients that say, I really wanted to love this suburb, it seemed like it was going to be perfect for me, and then they get here and they're just like, not really feeling that. So make sure you have enough time on your trip to explore the different areas around Tucson, and we're happy to meet up with you, show you around, and give you our recommendations on where to stay, places to eat, things to visit and go do while you're here. All right, now let's jump into the logistics. One of the first questions that we usually ask is, do you have a home to sell? Now, if the answer to that is yes, one of our next questions is gonna be, have you already talked to an agent? Do you have an agent? What's that timeline look like? So if you do not have an agent, first off, reach out to us. We have an amazing network of agents all across the United States, and we would be more than happy to get you connected with an amazing realtor. And if it's in Arizona, especially if you have a home in Tucson to sell or any of the surrounding areas, we've even helped clients in the White Mountains and Phoenix area. So if you have a home in Arizona to sell, definitely reach out to us. We may be able to help. And again, if we can't, we know somebody that can. Now, if you don't have a house to sell, or you've already sold your house and you're ready to make that move, one of the next steps is deciding, are you paying cash? Are you going to be getting a loan? If you are going to be getting a loan, have you talked to a lender yet? And that's another thing. Reach out to us. We know some great local lenders in the area that we more than trust referring our clients to, and that we've even used personally. So reach out to us, get that process started. It's never too early. You can talk to a lender and have them do a soft pull on your credit, but they can really just dive in and just see if there's anything that you need to do or any changes you need to make. That way you are ready when you come to Tucson and you're ready to buy. You have that pre-qualification from the lender already taken care of. And on top of that, they'll also help you figure out what your budget is. So a lot of people tend to qualify for more than what they actually want to spend, especially with where the interest rates have been over the past year. So really figuring out, what your monthly budget is for your mortgage payment and what that looks like, what your down payment is, what your closing costs are going to be. And that is why it's so important to talk to a lender to really figure out what all of the costs and everything associated look like. Now, we have a very good idea of a lot of those numbers, so we can give you some good ballparks. But if you really want to drill down on your monthly payment and your closing costs, it's very good to speak with a lender ahead of time. Now, something else that's important is whether you're just looking at resale or just looking at new construction or a combination of both. So a lot of people that we talk to aren't always aware that the sales rep on new construction home sites does represent the builder, or they think they're going to go in there and get a better deal. In most cases, the builder is willing to pay your realtor that represents you. So to have somebody on your side and negotiating for you, we've gotten things for clients that I know you couldn't have walked in there or most people wouldn't know to walk in there and negotiate on their own. So making sure that your agent, hopefully us, is there with you, especially on that very first site visit. So if you're coming to Tucson, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna go, check out the new construction in the area. That's great, but generally if you want an agent to be able to represent you, they have to be there with you on that first visit in order to represent you if you decide to buy there in the future. Because a lot of the builders, sales reps, when you walk in, they're going to collect your information. So then you're already in the system, and if that agent wasn't with you, hopefully again us, on that first visit, then you may not have ability at that point to have an agent represent you, or you may be paying, for that representation. So whether it be new construction or resale, make sure that we're involved even when you just come to Tucson for your first trip. Like, we're more than happy. It's never a waste of our time to show you around and show you different housing styles and options in the area. Actually, we love doing that. We love checking out houses. So don't feel like you're bothering us. Just make sure that you have somebody representing you and your best interests. And that's what we're here for. All right, now maybe you've made it through all of that, you did your research, you had a trip to Tucson to check out the area, and didn't reach out to us or an agent while you were here, and just wanted to explore a little bit more. But now you've made that decision to move here, plan another trip, or if you're ready to look at houses, let us know. Give us a call ahead of time, set up a Zoom call with us, or send us an email. Let us know when you're going to be in town, and we would be more than happy to meet up with you, take you around, show you the different areas, and again, give you our recommendations on things to do, places to eat, all the good stuff while you're here in Tucson. All right, so thanks for sticking around with me today. If you have any questions or comments, one of my favorite things about this channel is hearing from you, so make sure you drop them down below, or feel free to reach out to us. If you or anyone you know is thinking about moving to or from Tucson, Arizona, or you would like a copy of our relocation guide and checklist, make sure you reach out, call, text, email. If you're in Tucson, we'd love to meet up, or if you want to hop on a video call, get on our calendar for a Zoom call. We would love to meet you either way. And if you haven't already, make sure that you like, subscribe, and tap that bell for notifications so we can make sure we keep you updated on the current market here in Tucson, Arizona. We look forward to seeing you on the next video.